This is our weather today. It is Saturday and it's raining, and I don't know if you can see it out there in front of the tree, but it's a very thick rain. If rain can be thick, this is a thick rain. And is it tomorrow we're supposed to get snow?
Supposed to change over to wintry mix tonight.
Oh, tonight. Okay. So I know that some of you all are supposed to get snow and bad weather this weekend too, but we decided that we were going to stay home and do things at home because of the weather, because it's just too nasty to be out. If you don't have to be out, then you know, if you could get to the store before this rain and snow, then it would be best. And I bet Walmart's crazy today. People buying milk and bread. So we'll see. If we get any snow or, you know, if anything like that happens, I'll definitely show it to you, because I always think it's pretty. Because right now it just looks ugly and blah, but then for some reason the snow makes everything it looks brighter with the snow because of all the white. So if anything happens, I'll show it to you. These are chocolate bars from Jamie in Canada. Jamie said that they've watched our channel for the last year and they've really enjoyed our reviews, and they've enjoyed watching us try different Canadian products, but they hadn't seen this on the channel. We've never had these. I've never heard of this. And so they sent me the milk chocolate, the white chocolate, the milk chocolate with peanut butter center, and frosted mint. So all these sound absolutely wonderful. Thank you very, very much for sending me these. I cannot wait to try them. And I want to show you Guido because Kevin and I made some hot dogs today for lunch, and I was cutting a piece of the hot dog and it fell on the floor, one little piece. And Kevin said, well, we'll give that to Guido. Guido has never had table food in his life other than pumpkin. He has had pumpkin, and he and Chapel both adore pumpkin. But so a little piece, it was like this big, a piece of hot dog fell on the floor, and Kevin said, I'm gonna give that to him. And Kevin gave it to him, and he absolutely loved it. He thought it was so good, that piece of hot dog, and he kept sniffing around wondering if he was gonna get any more. So he likes hot dogs, definitely, but I doubt he'll ever have any again. And Kevin's making coffee, if you're wondering what that noise is. So it is morning, as you can tell by my voice, my morning voice. This is what it looks like outside. The roads are completely clear, which is shocking to me, because I would have thought that it would be on the roads. However, they've probably been sprinkling salt, and I don't know what the temperature is. The temperature was in the 40s yesterday for most of the day, so maybe that's why it's not on the road. But it's what?
15.
It's 15 degrees right now, so I am surprised that it's not on the road. But we do live on a main highway, so I think that has a lot to do with it, because the road over here, see the side street over here? That is covered. So I think us living on a main highway has a lot to do with it. You can tell that somebody must be in desperate need of attention today, because this is the second ball of yarn that he has brought downstairs. So he must feel like he needs a lot of attention. Do you need attention, Chapel? Chapel, do you need attention? Huh? So he brought this one downstairs, and earlier today he brought this one downstairs and left it in the bedroom door, like right inside the bedroom door, to let me know, hey, I want you to play with me. I just came back inside from taking Guido out, and the roads are clear. I mean, the roads are fine. The sidewalks are even fine, but it is so cold outside, and Guido does not like the snow at all, and so I had to stand. First of all, I carried him down the back steps because I didn't want him to fall. But then I had to stand there while his little pug butt, he would come down to here and stand in the grass and then turn around and go right back. Like he was going to try to go back up the back steps. He did that like 4 times before he finally settled on a spot, which I didn't intend to show that, but whatever. It's from a distance. We all do it, right? So yeah, so I had to stand out there for an extra long time with him in the cold because he didn't want to put his little paws on that cold ground. I didn't want to be out there either, but I was. So now he's standing at the bottom of the steps. I don't think he sees very well, so he thinks I've gone up there. Yeah, I'm not up there. Look, I'm here. Look, I'm here. Look. Look, who do you think's upstairs? Nobody's upstairs. Nobody's upstairs. There is a new show on, it's a documentary. It is on Netflix, and it is called Catwalk: Tales from the Cat Show Circuit. Kevin, it looks like a rat. So even if you don't want to watch the show, I want you, isn't that hilarious? And watch, when she's done, look at it, look. So I was listening to Bob and Sherry, and Bob and Sherry's a radio program, and I've talked about them before, how much I really like them, and they just talk about all kinds of things. But one of the things, they have an oddcast. They have like a regular show, and then they have the oddcast. The oddcast is all the things they can't talk about on their regular show, like, well, if they want to talk about a story that involves sex, or if they want to say a cuss word, or just content that wouldn't be appropriate for the radio, they will talk about it on the oddcast. So on the oddcast that I happen to be listening to, and I get behind, and then I'll catch up, I'll binge. And so today they were talking about teachers and confessions from teachers. Apparently there was an article about these confessions from teachers, and Sherry asked Bob, she said, did you have a teacher who you knew that they loved you the minute they met you, and you were like their pet? And then you also had, on the other hand, did you ever have a teacher who took an immediately dislike to you, and you knew that they disliked you? And I thought, yeah, that rang true for me. Both of those things rang true for me. I was always very good in school. I always wanted to please the teacher. I always wanted to, I always respected the teacher. I kind of like Ashley. Ashley's always gotten along with older people. And I was kind of like that too, where I always wanted to please the teacher. I wanted them to like me because I like them. So the one that really liked me, that stands out, was in high school. And I knew she liked me. She was an English teacher, and I loved English. English was like my favorite subject in school. And I knew she liked me because she was just always so nice to me. I talked to her, she talked to me, you know, it was just always really nice. The other kids were disrespectful, or a lot of them were. And but I remember one day I had a boyfriend in high school, and the boyfriend and I had gotten in a fight, an argument, not fist fight, an argument. And I came in the room, I think we had broken up even. And I came in her classroom and I was crying, and she knew I wasn't paying any attention, and I was just like, you know, and this was in class, like in class I'm crying. And she called me out to the hall, and she said, if you're gonna act like a grown-up, you need to behave like a grown-up. She said, this is school. You're here to learn. You're not here to date boys. You're not here to think about boys. You need to get your work done so that you can graduate from high school. And to a lot of people, that would have sounded like tough love, like maybe she didn't like me. But by her bringing me out into the hall and having that conversation with me, that told me that she really liked me, and that she liked me a lot. She liked me enough to care about me personally, not just, English or how I was doing on a paper or what book we were reading and how I did on the test. She cared about me enough to take me out into the hall and tell me, you need to get your act together, you know, and don't focus on this boy. And so I appreciated that a lot. And then the one that stands out, her name was Miss White. And she was in high school, and so her name was Miss White. And the one that stands out that did not like me at all, which I don't know if either one of these ladies are still alive. I have no idea. That's probably even morbid to bring that up, but I just don't know. The one that I knew immediately did not like me, her name was Miss Snell. And Miss Snell was one of my 3rd grade teachers. And like I said, I'd always gotten along with everybody. And we moved from an apartment into this house, as a matter of fact. So we moved, and at the time we lived in the apartment, I went to a private school. So then we moved into this house, and I moved to the school that's in this neighborhood, or was in that time. Now it's not a elementary school anymore. But anyway, so I was in 3rd grade, and they didn't know the kind of work that I could do, really. And they put me, there was a lower level math class and a higher level math class, or a regular level math class and a higher level math class. Well, they put me in the higher level math class, and anybody that's watched my videos knows that I'm not an expert at math. I'm not embarrassed by it, because some people, not everybody's good at everything. So it is what it is. I'm not good at math. It takes me a very long time. It took me a very long, like when I was in college and had to do college math, I was one of these that had to go after class. Okay, what I was saying was, I was one of these in college that they would offer extra classes, and I would have to go after class to these extra classes just to grasp concepts that other people were getting. You know, it's just some things I did not get. But there was a room full of people just like me, so it's not like I'm the only one that's not good at math. So anyway, they put me in Miss Snell's high math group, and they found out real quick, Tammy's not good at math. She needs to be in the regular math group. And so they moved me to the regular math group, which was in the next classroom with a different teacher. And she was a really nice lady. But I remember being in there, and I was just smiling. I was just smiling so big because I was thrilled to be out of Miss Snell's math class and into this new class where I was gonna fit in. I was gonna understand what they were talking about, and I was gonna be able to do something, so I was happy. She peeked in the window. You know, those metal doors, classroom doors, have windows, and she peeked in the window, and I guess she saw me smiling. She saw that, I mean, I was happy. I was genuinely happy. She saw me smiling, and that did not settle well with her. Well, the next thing I knew, it hit me. I have to use the bathroom. Have to go pee, have to go to the bathroom. So she was standing out in the hall talking to that other teacher, who knows, probably about me, because I had just been transferred to that teacher's room. And I walked out in the hall, and I stood there, and she said, "What do you want?" And I told her, I said, I need to go to the bathroom. And she took my shoulder. I will finish the story. I'm telling you, it's one of those days. So she took her fingers and she pinched. She grabbed the top of my shoulder, literally pinched. I mean, I was in pain. And she said, "Don't you ever, interrupt me while I'm talking to another teacher again. And you better not cause any problems while you are in her classroom. Whoa, I was shocked. I mean, shocked. Because here's the kid who's never gets into trouble, who's always good, who's friends with everybody, and this teacher does not like me, and I don't know why, and I still don't know why. I always thought when I came into that school, Dad was a police officer on the police department, and I thought that was why. As a matter of fact, we had some neighbors years ago, and I was in elementary school, and the neighbor was in high school, and he told me, he said, I just want you to know that when you get to high school, a lot of people aren't gonna like you just because your dad's a cop. And I thought, oh, okay, you know, that's real nice to, because you know, as if you don't worry enough as a little kid about going to the high school with the big kids and the mean kids, and where there's fights and where you have to worry about things. And then, oh, I have an extra burden because my dad's a police officer. So yeah, that made me feel really good. If you're wondering what I'm doing, because I'm sure the lighting's horrible and I'm walking around, but I'm trying to get some steps in, and this is how I do it. And a lot of you wonder, how do you get all those steps in? Well, I ride my bike, and sometimes I'll do an extra exercise program, but even if I don't do that, I can always walk around the house. If I take this route that I'm going right now, and I just go into the kitchen and I walk around the table, and then I walk straight through the dining room into the den and back, it is 100 steps. So I have been known to absolutely walk like an hour. Just walk, and I'll pull up a podcast on my phone, or I'll pull up a YouTube video, and I'll watch a YouTube video while I'm walking around like this. And it's something that I think anybody can do. And even, you know, if you go way back into some of the old vlogs where Gavin was a baby, I would put Gavin in his stroller. And at the time, I wasn't trying to get steps. I was just trying to get Gavin quiet, because he seemed to be quiet. Most kids, if they're crying, will shut up if you put them in a car seat or a stroller and walk them around. So that was my trick with Gavin, and Amelia a couple of times too, was to put them in one of those umbrella strollers and walk them around the house. And it was perfect. And we would have a ball because he loved doing it. I'd say, let's go for a walk in the house. And yeah, we would walk around. But now I do it just to get steps. And if you think, don't trip over the rug. If you think it's not doing any good, you would be wrong, because I am burning calories. And you know, everybody has different goals. I've heard recently somebody say the treadmill doesn't do any good, the elliptical doesn't do any good, none of that does any good. Well, that's not true. Everybody has different goals, and my goals might not be your goals. So your goal might be to, I don't know, if your goal is to build your muscles, then you're gonna lift weights. Then no, the treadmill isn't gonna do you any good. But if you're like me and your goal is to get steps, or your goal is to burn calories, then yes, the treadmill is going to help you. So I've heard that blanket statement thrown out a couple of times, and it's not fair. And I don't agree with it. But I tell you, somebody else that I saw walk around their house, well, I know a lot of people do it, but there was this guy who, they were doing some kind of documentary on the Nathan's hot dog challenge, you know, where they eat as many hot dogs in one sitting as they can. And they were talking to one of the guys in the challenge, and they were asking him, how do you stay so fit? And he lives in a tiny apartment. And I mean, his apartment, it's just a basic apartment. I mean, just with, you know, a kitchen, a living room, a bedroom, and a bathroom. So, I mean, just a basic apartment. And that, like, we've all lived in at one time or another. And he walked around his apartment. So, it didn't matter how many rooms it had. It didn't matter if you had a house this size, or if you had a mansion, or if you have a small apartment. You can still walk around. You can still, you know, like I said, I get about 100 steps from the front of the house to the back of the house. And I could go up and down the steps as well. And I've done that before. Oh, is there a wreck? No, somebody's been pulled over. Somebody got pulled over out front. Right there. Somebody is pulled over. Somebody got in trouble, probably speeding. Anyway. So you can still walk, and like our house, I know our house, we live in a Victorian home. So if you talk to people who live in Victorian homes, it's usually cooler in these houses than it is in regular homes during the winter. And I've noticed that even when the house is cool, if I get up and I start moving around, I warm up. So, you know, I really don't have any excuse not to get my steps unless I'm just having a lazy day, because there's no excuse for me to not get them, you know. Something else they brought up during this podcast were the smoking sections in the high school. I don't know if I've ever talked about that on a vlog before, and I'll probably get on your nerves walking through the rooms. I can't help it. I mean, at least I'm being active. At least I'm not sitting on my butt, you know, in front of the computer. But did your high schools have smoking areas? When I was in high school, they had a smoking area when I first got to high school. Now, by the time I had graduated, it was gone. I graduated high school in '90, and I'm thinking the last year I remember there being a smoking section was like 1988. And that's probably whenever I was 15 is when I first started smoking. And so I had a boyfriend, the same boyfriend I mentioned earlier. I had a boyfriend who smoked, and so his parents had signed, you had to get your parents to sign a permission form for you to be in the smoking section. So his parents had signed the permission slip. I think he signed the permission slip, but his mom was a smoker, so I don't know. She used to smoke these Virginia Slims cigarettes, and they were like a ruler length long. And so anyway, so I went out. I can remember he said, just come with me to the smoking section during your break. And I said, I can't do that. My parents, I don't have permission to be out there. And you're talking about somebody who never did anything, you know. I never did anything like that before. The most I ever did was I smoked, okay? So I can remember going out to that smoking section and it being like there was like an area probably as big as our kitchen. But you had like, I don't know, it seemed like 150 kids piled in this area, all huddled together, smoking in the cold. I remember it was cold the time I did it. I only went there twice. But I remember I just snuck right in there with him, and there was only one teacher out there like watching everybody. Like he's gonna remember all the people that have permission slips and don't. I mean, really, that is absolutely the most ridiculous thing in the world. And I can't believe that we, in America, that we ever had a smoking section at a high school. you know, it causes cancer, and you're inhaling harmful chemicals. And so it's hard to believe that they would allow you to do that in the high school. So you're gonna have to let me know, did your high school have a smoking section? Now, like I said, by the time I graduated in 90, I'm pretty sure they had done away with that, which was for the best, trust me. But then I wanted to tell you about my favorite teacher. My favorite teacher, back when I was growing up, I used to watch a show called Alice. And Alice was about a woman named Alice, and she worked at a diner, and the diner was called Mel's Diner. And so you had Mel, the boss, and then you had Alice, and she had a teenage son. And then you had two waitresses that worked with Alice. One's name was Vera, and one's name was Flo. Florence Jean Castleberry. And Florence Jean Castleberry was played by Polly Holliday. Now, many of you may not have seen Alice, but you may have seen the show Gremlins, the movie Gremlins. She was in the movie Gremlins. She played a elderly lady who had a electric cart that went up the stairs. That's Polly Holliday. That's her. So if you've seen Gremlins, you've seen her. Well, I was crazy about Flo. Florence Jean Castleberry, that's what they call her, Flo. I was crazy about Flo. So, imagine my surprise when I entered this new school and I noticed that there was a teacher to me that looked just like Flo. Same hair, not a hair out of place, same everything, thin, attractive, just well dressed. So that would be my favorite teacher, was not Florence Jean Castleberry. Her name was Miss Campbell. And Miss Campbell, I do know, is still alive because they have they've changed all the schools around in our town. So now that we don't have any more children in school, it's very confusing to me. If I had kids in school, I would know like the calendar, I would know the names of the schools, all that still. But I grew up in this town for all these years knowing them by one name, and now they've switched them. And now what used to be a middle school is a elementary, and then what used to be the high school is now a middle school. So the place where I graduated, George Rogers Clark High School, they moved it. They built a new high school on down the road, and what used to be George Rogers Clark, they have named it after my favorite teacher's husband. He died, and his name, I'm thinking it's Robert Campbell. So it's like Robert something Campbell Middle School or something like that. That's what it's called. But anyway, she was my favorite teacher, and she is timeless. I could see her right now. If I ran into her at Walmart, I could see her, and I promise you, her hair would look the same now as it did when I was in her 5th and 6th grade class. Because what you did in our elementary, when you were in 5th and 6th grade, you would switch amongst the same teachers. I'm thinking that's how it was, for like 2 years in a row, and to get you used to it. And but her hair, her clothes, I mean everything. I used to love to be in her math class because I would sit in the very front, and well, she would have us in alphabetical order, so it just depended on who was in there with me. Sometimes well, when she put us in alphabetical order, I was always at the back because my last name was Wallace. Always at the back. But throughout the year, I would, am I blurry? I'm sorry, I'm blurry, I'm sorry. Throughout the year, it would end up that I would gravitate towards the front of the room. And if I wasn't in like the first seat, I would be in the second seat back. But I used to always like to go in and see what she was wearing that day. And I would daydream. Oh, I was a daydreamer. Did you all ever watch the show Dream On HBO? I think his name was like Martin Tepper, maybe? Maybe, that's probably wrong. But he, I would daydream like that. I mean, daydream constantly. Very vivid daydreams about, like, if I went over to her house, what would the inside of her house look like? And I always, because of the TV shows that I watched, I always imagined her having wicker furniture like they did in Three's Company. because that's practical, right? I just always pictured her having wicker furniture and plants, lots of plants, long plants. Yeah, so now you know why I'm not good at math. Because while I was in math class, I was daydreaming, and I still have the biggest imagination. I can develop a story in my mind and just go with it. It doesn't matter. I can get off track so easily. I'm really bad. Like, I can have something playing on TV, but if I start daydreaming, then I'll miss parts of the show, and I'll be like, oh, I didn't hear a word they just said, because I was, even though I'm looking at it, my mind is somewhere completely like 100 miles away. So anyway, that's just some of my, and I'm trying to think of a teacher. There was one that I thought was good looking, and he was in middle school, and I do not remember his last name. Crump. That was it. His name was Mr. Crump. And Mr. Crump was like fresh out of college. And he, if I saw his picture now, I don't know if I would still think he was good looking, you know, being an adult woman. But back then, I thought, this guy, I mean, he was very good looking. He was very healthy. Very muscular but not bulging, you know. He wasn't, I don't like bulging, so he was muscular without being bulging, and he was in good shape, and he was just a good looking guy. I bet he had tons of girlfriends. But then I was trying to think of a teacher that I really didn't like, and I'm gonna be honest, besides Miss Snell, because she grabbed my arm, I don't remember having any teachers that I didn't like, because I liked them all. There was one that we had in middle school, and I want to say her name was Mrs. Harrell, maybe. But I liked her, and now that I think about her, she reminds me kind of Kevin's mom, because she had very short, tidy hair, and it was black. It was like jet black, but very tidy. But the clothes that she wore were like Victorian. I mean, like legit, like she looked like she was wearing, in my mind, that's what I remember, she looked like she was wearing Victorian clothes. And the blouses with, I mean, I like them, don't get me wrong, I'm not making fun or anything like that. I mean, she looked cool, but you would look at her and think, is this woman going home casting spells? Because she looked like she, any minute she was gonna pull a wand out of her skirt, you know? And that's just what she looked like. So I always liked her. Ooh, how could I forget? One of my other favorite teachers, I know you are getting sick of hearing me talk about teachers. One of my other favorite teachers was my chorus teacher, Dr. Price. He was one of my favorites too. He taught us so many cool songs. He taught me an appreciation for, I loved music, I always loved music, but he taught me to appreciate musicals and other things that I never appreciated before, and he liked me. He, you know what, I don't know that there were many students that he didn't like. He was a wonderful, wonderful man, and he is deceased. I don't know how he died, but he is deceased. He's the one, I don't know if you all remember, I know I told you this in a vlog, but he's the one that was the wonderful musician the pianist, and there were a bunch of kids, and I had him in middle school and in high school. So there were a bunch of the kids in high school. They were in the bathroom and they were smoking. There was the bathroom off the chorus room, and they were in the bathroom smoking, and he was doing this, telling them, you better, he was like, I'll show you, but it was a big metal door, and he was like, you all better come out of there and put the cigarettes out, and you need to get out here and do your work. And some kid thought he was being funny and slammed the door, didn't know his finger was in there, and he got his finger chopped off. Chopped it off clean, like from here up, the middle finger. Because I know I've told you all this before if you've watched me for a while, because I told where he came back to class after a while, and he was talking about his middle finger being bandaged up, and he went to pushing a button on the in the car, pushing some button on the radio or something to change the channel, and he was holding that middle finger up and as a kid, you remember stuff like that. Anything semi-dirty a teacher says to you, which the middle finger would have been semi-dirty, anything like that, you're gonna remember it. I know, I have probably been yakking away and blurry like 90% of this time, and just haven't realized that I've been blurry at all. But I'm still walking. You're curious about how many steps I have? See, I know I'm not going to get to walk tomorrow. I know that I'm going to do very, very little walking tomorrow. So, so that's why I'm walking today. Sorry, I saw a message. I have 16,896. So almost to 17,000. But I want to try to get as many. I'm doing another one of these challenges. Lisa challenged me, and I thought, you know, I shouldn't accept the challenge this week because there's going to be a day that I'm not going to get to. It's one of those work week challenge things, and I think you just try to do the very best you can all week long. And I thought I probably shouldn't accept this because I know there's going to be a day that I'm not going to get to walk hardly at all, and it's going to put me way behind everyone else. And I've told you all before, I'm extremely competitive, so it will kill me to be in last place at the end of the week, but it is what it is. And I thought I'm going to accept her challenge, and I'll just do what I can on the days that I can, and hopefully she will not think I'm a total loser. Kevin just left the P.O. box, and I had to send Malcolm a message, Malcolm in the United Kingdom, because his envelope that he sent me is completely open at this end, and it's empty. I mean, if he wrote me a note, it's not in there. And he had told me that he was sending me some children's books. They're gone. So that's, I know it probably helps on shipping to send them in those envelopes, but the machines that they use, I mean, that is a clean tear. Yeah, it's like it happened in a machine, and then if it happens at the post office, they don't know what envelope it was supposed to be in because things are moving so fast. So I'm so sorry to Malcolm, but I wanted to tell you all because it's a good warning that if you're shipping something overseas, and even in the country too, the envelopes, if you're mailing something that has sharp edges or something, those machines, it'll cut into them, and you just have to be really, really careful. But I feel sorry for Malcolm because he spent money on these books, so I'm very sorry. But Kevin was just telling me that they're out of stamps. At the post office, they're out of stamps, and you can explain why.
The stamps are going up by 5 cents each this Sunday, which is like 2-3 days away. So the lady at the post office said a lot of the businesses and the schools have been buying like bulk books of stamps, like 10 or 15 or 20 books of stamps just to last them, because 5 cents per stamp, that's a lot of money when you're buying a book of stamps.
Yeah, and if you're a business or a school, yeah, and you mail a lot, then that's going to make a big difference in money. But you were saying before too that, you know, the forever stamps, you know, you buy them and you can use them for the next 20 years if you have them, and you've bought them at that price. So some people could be still using the ones that they had years ago that were much cheaper.
Yeah, let's see if they were, I mean, I like that idea, I like it, but if they actually had a number on them, like 50 cents to 55 cents, you would have to add that 5-cent stamp to everything, which is what you used to have to do, remember?
Yes, but that's why...
But you wouldn't buy them in bulk because you're going to have to just buy a bunch of 5-cent stamps to go with them.
Right, and that's what's good about, that's why they're called forever, is because they are forever,
yeah,
they're
no matter what
good
you
forever. Yeah, so what are stamps going to be now?
55 cents each.
55 cents, wow.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's gone up quite a bit.
And 5 cents each is a lot.
That's a lot. Somebody was just recently telling us about shipping costs going up, and they said that that it had doubled this past year, right? And they said that it hurts Amazon, and
well, they said Amazon was hurting them because they can't get good truck drivers to do the deliveries, because Amazon and UPS and FedEx are hiring all of them.
And they said that people don't want to drive trucks anymore.
Yeah, it's not a business people want to do anymore.
Yeah, but truck drivers get paid well. My sister's husband
they
drives.
do, but you give up a lot.
Yeah, he drives a truck, but he gets paid really well. But yes, you're gone from your family, and you're on the road in bad weather and all year long. So yeah, it's not easy. But anyway, Kevin's hair is unruly. So we're gonna go get Kevin's haircut, and then hopefully he'll shave his beard tonight.
Maybe.
I hope so. I love his beard. I love it. I think it looks nice.
I want it down to my chest.
Kevin looks good with a beard, but I don't want to be married to one of the Lord of the Rings.
I'm gonna be ZZ Top.
If he was gonna be somebody, I would rather him not be ZZ Top. I would rather have what's his name, the White Wizard or whatever. Gandalf. I mean, that would be fine, but I think even if he let it grow now until he was 90, I still don't think it would ever look like that.
Yeah, mine grows pretty slow.
That you know, that is all makeup and hair extensions and stuff like that. So
no, I just saw a guy that had a pretty long beard coming out of the post office.
I saw two walk in. There were two men.
It's pretty long.
And it was like, okay, this one got out of this truck and he had a long white beard, and then here comes another one with a long white beard. I personally don't like long beards. I like them short. I like beards, but I like them short. So
I usually like mine shorter too. I'm just too lazy to shave it.
I know. There's Kevin's Kevin's hair.
Now I just need to get the beard.
And how much do you pay for a haircut?
$12, but I usually give them $2 for a tip, so $14.
Yeah, that's not bad at all.
And then it took all of what, 5 minutes?
Yeah, so you all live in other parts of the country. You'll have to tell us.
How much do you go to a barber for?
Yeah, a barber.
Not a stylist.
Yeah, you can't go to the beauty shop or Supercuts or wherever. It has to be a barber shop, and let us know how much you pay.
I'm curious.
Because it's probably different for different parts. I'm sure it is. I'm sure some people pay less and some people pay more.
I wonder if places like California, like the bigger cities, even have barber shops.
Barber shops, yeah. Because really just men go to barber shops.
Yeah.
So yeah, I would be curious to know that too, because I would...
Well, I know they have them in like New York, because you see them on movies and stuff.
Right. But yeah, places like California are more, I don't know, you would think more of them having more shops.
Stylists.
Right, yeah, for men and women. So anyway, we are going to Walmart now because we're out of everything. I have a very long list. Guido doesn't even have Rachel Ray food for tonight, so we had to go to the store just to make sure Guido had his Rachel Ray, because Lord forbid he lived without that. So, well, and the cat likes the juice, so if Guido didn't have his, you know, we could give Guido the dry Blue Buffalo, but then the cat's missing out on the juice, so I don't want to do that to either one of them. So that's where we're headed now. We're in Walmart, and Kevin spotted this boxed food slime. They have chili.
Chili would be the coolest.
Looks and feels real. And then they have spaghetti. And then they have mac and cheese.
And this one was already open, so I didn't open it. So it's yellow slime. It's got little macaronis.
Why would you want to play with that though?
play with your food. I don't know.
Yeah,
I think
so,
the chili one would be the coolest one.
Yeah, well, it'd be the
With beans
grossest.
and meat. Yeah, well, that's,
I think it. Yeah,
that's the whole point.
yeah, it's to be absolutely vile. So anyway, well, the rest of the vlog for this week is going to be box opening. So I'm going to open. That's all it's going to be at the end of the video. So if you don't like the box openings, you don't have to watch. But we're going to open these. We'll probably open some, and then we'll tell you to hold on, and then we'll open some more because we have quite a bit here to open for you. These are from Mona.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, these are from Mona. Do you want me to read that?
No, you can read it.
Doomlay? Is that how you would say that? Phaser Doomlay Original Soft Toffee covered with milk chocolate confection.
I love a good caramel.
Yes. We love toffee. That looks so good. It reminds me, the red, it reminds me of the dime from the United Kingdom.
That's what I thought when I first saw it.
Yeah, and it begins with a D. So yeah, okay, so we've never had those. This is Wickedly Prime, which is Amazon, salted cocoa truffle spread. Oh my goodness. We're gonna have to get some Ritz crackers or graham crackers or something like that to try this on. And I love that Mona sends us the Wickedly Prime because it's stuff that we aren't on that Prime pantry.
Right, no.
So we don't see that stuff. Wow, what is
These are all candies.
this? Is Candy People, made by, it's a product of Spain. It is, we have sour melon logs, Swedish Dala horse, gummy kicks, sour skulls, and sour Viking. I love the names. Yeah, sour Viking. And they all have very unique flavors. So,
oh, really?
Yeah, I'll go into, well, I mean, like fruit flavored sneakers with Tutti Frutti soles.
Oh.
Those are the kicks. Your sneakers or your kicks. Then we have strawberry, pear, cherry, blackcurrant, lemon, and orange flavored candy. We have watermelon, fruit flavored gummy candy, and sour fruit flavored. So yeah, I think those will be very fun. I like the names that they named them something different, and I've never seen those around here. Oreo candy canes.
I can't remember if we've ever seen those or not. I can't remember.
I don't know. Yeah, it seems like we have, but
We definitely never bought
we
them.
never bought them. So that'll be interesting to see if those taste like an Oreo cookie. Ah, okay. We have had this brand. Andrew, I think Andrew and I did the video, and it's been years ago. It's an older video on my channel, but I don't know if this is the same thing.
Racy?
And I think it's
Or Baki?
Baki, I think.
Looks like an R.
It's milky praline with whole and chopped hazelnuts. So I will look on the channel and see if this is different, because I know Andrew, they sell this brand at Home Goods. And so years ago I found some and I thought, well, we'll try that. And I'm thinking Andrew and I did the video, but I'll see. So, but regardless, I haven't had them in years.
Yeah, this is another, keep going. It's another box.
Okay, from Mona. This is Green and Blacks, which I have been sent this brand before, and it's an excellent brand. This is the,
they're organic.
They're all organic. This is the white. These are, I was going to tell you, made in Italy. Yeah. This is the white, the 70% dark, and the milk. So those will be awesome, because I know we haven't tried those. And then, okay, these are all Wickedly Prime.
Mm-hmm.
These are chocolate sandwich creams, peanut butter sandwich creams, and vanilla. So I wonder if they're trying to, like, if they taste like an Oreo.
Like a golden Oreo.
Yeah.
This one's not Wickedly Prime, but I think everything
I
else
can't wait
is.
to try the peanut butter one.
Oh, no, no.
This is from the Dare Candy Company, which is a Canadian company. This is Real Fruit Gummies, cherry, orange, blueberry, lemon, raspberry, and strawberry.
I like a good gummy.
I do too. We're really bad with gummies.
Yeah, because we'll grab the whole bag.
Mona bought this for Kevin specifically. Kevin loves these wickedly primed peanut butter filled pretzels.
I have to divide them out because I'll sit there and eat 3/4 of that thing at one
We've
time.
got some before, like the President's Choice, I think, from Canada, and I think we've maybe tried the Market Pantry brand. But yes, these.
This is a grazer's favorite.
Yes.
Because you walk through the kitchen, you go, I want a snack, and you just grab a handful and leave.
Yeah.
So by the time half the day's over, it's almost gone.
Yeah, you've eaten a lot more than you
Okay, now there's 6 of these.
6.
I'm assuming they're all the same thing.
Tara's handcrafted bourbon caramels. These are made in Utah, Heber City, Utah. Okay, so we have bourbon caramels, snickerdoodle caramels, caramel apple, licorice, vanilla, and sea salt. I cannot even tell you how excited I am to try
there's 6.
these.
I thought there were 7.
Yes, 6.
I can't count.
And look at these.
I might have said 6.
And I like the containers they're in too, because you can keep those containers. And like men, if you have like little washers or nails or stuff like that, you can keep them on your back porch, and those come in really handy. And
paint.
Yeah, you can put paint in these. So
they seal.
So those are nice. Yeah, it looks like they're really nice. So thank you very, very much, Mona. I appreciate everything.
And here's a lot. I don't know how much of it you want.
Let me see.
How much of it's readable and how much of it's just informational.
Yeah, she might have given me prices. Hello, Tammy and Kevin. Sent a few things out, and an Amazon box will also be arriving, which we got. I checked your past videos and did not see these things reviewed.
No.
Okay, the Baki or Bakai, she said you reviewed the dark and white. These are the milk. Good, I'm glad you said that. And then the Oreo candy canes. The Phaser Dumle are from Finland. Swedish, the gummy candies are Swedish. Wickedly Prime Truffle Spread Salted Cocoa Caramel. The Amazon box should be there, and it's here. So much fun watching you each day. Thank you for opening up your home to all of us. Love, Mona. P.S. I have bad writing and bad punctuation. See, almost spelled that wrong. Thank God for Siri. That's funny.
If I handwrote it, you wouldn't be able to read it at all.
Your handwriting is much better than Kevin's.
And it would all be messed up.
And I don't pay any attention to punctuation either. So thank you very, very much. What we're going to do now is, like I said, we're going to clear this out of the way. I'm going to make a Mona pile, and then we'll be back. We're back. I want to thank Deborah for the card. Deborah in Iowa. I appreciate the card very much. It's a birthday card. It says, wishing you happiness. A wish for joy is a joy in itself. And yeah, it's for I have a birthday coming up. So thank you very much. And then I have one from Lorraine in Temple City, California. Don't want to show anyone's address. And it says, it's time to celebrate, and I hope you have a fun day filled with happy moments and good times with loved ones, and may the year ahead bring you all the joy you truly deserve. Happy birthday from Lorraine. And this is a large print word finds. Thank you so much. I love doing word finds. These are real. I could have used this a couple of days ago. Yeah. Couldn't I?
Yeah, you need the large print too. I definitely need the large print.
You need the large print. I can see good close up.
Because she looks under her glasses.
But I don't see good far away. That's why I need my glasses, is to see far away. But no, I can see close up, but I still like the large print. It just makes it easier. Yeah, and we're gonna pause right here because we came back to do this, and now the battery's going dead. New battery. Okay, now next, I got a card, another birthday card in the mail from Sheila, and she was saying in here that that she had, I just wanted to send you a little card to let you know that I did get you a birthday gift, and it may get there before this card. It actually got here the day after. I got it made at Zazzle.com, which I've never used before, so I'm hoping it turns out good. There was no gift card option, so it probably will not say who it's from. It's not food, it's a keepsake. But anyway, I thought you'd like it and get a laugh out of this card. I hope you have a wonderful birthday. You bring a smile to my face when watching your videos. You are such a joy to watch. So happy birthday.
It has a bill to address, but that's it.
Love, Sheila. So, and I do love the card. I think that's adorable. That almost looks like it could be Valentine's or birthday, doesn't it?
Yeah.
So this is the package.
Reach in.
Oh, wow. Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
These are pictures from Facebook.
Oh, really?
I think these are on. Yes. This is so. My aunt is gonna die when she sees this because she watches my videos, and my aunt is on here.
Oh, is she? I
yes.
didn't actually look.
It says.
I wonder where that's from. I don't remember that.
Yeah, I had posted some Christmas type pictures to
okay.
Facebook. It says, learn from yesterday, live for today, hope for tomorrow. This is so neat. This is like a girl's theme. Okay, so start up here.
You can tell the old pictures from the newer ones too.
Yes.
Funny.
This is my mom with her antique dolls. And then this is my mom and my aunt, Pat. And they're holding some dolls. That's why I said my aunt's gonna be jealous because she's gonna want this pillow. And then this is my little chunky body when I was a baby. And believe it or not, I only weighed like 5 pounds something when I was born. And then this is me and my sister, Jennifer. Jennifer is 4 years younger than me. And then this is me and Jennifer. Jennifer loved that rocking horse. She was crazy about it. And then this is another one of my mom. And there's me and Guido. That is actually, I think, my Tammy Dunn YouTube profile picture on Facebook. And then this is Mom and Guido. And you probably recognize the couch. And we haven't changed one thing in that room since we moved in. And then there's me. I went to a daycare and they had like a Christmas play. And so my dad made me this angel costume. And then this is my mom. She and my aunt both took ballet lessons from Barbara Ann's School of Dance in Lexington, Kentucky. So she has a lot of beautiful pictures where she and my aunt were dressed in their costumes. And then this is mom standing in front of a mirror, which we have that mirror upstairs, and I plan on putting it back up as soon as we do redo the living room. And then this is on this porch, the porch of this house, and you there was a swing there, and you can tell there was no railing. There was no railing on the porch at all, and the house next door was still the red brick. They hadn't painted it, well, they just painted it the gray within like a couple years. So
cool.
That is awesome. Thank you so much.
And you said you never ordered from it. It's a really good quality materials. The materials are really almost canvas-like.
Yes, it's thick. That is so nice. Yeah,
so it's a good quality. So that company did a good job.
I'll have to.
And the pictures are pretty clear for
they are
for not having really super high res pictures like the originals.
That they did a good job.
They did a really good job.
I'll have to post a picture of this on Facebook and Instagram and stuff, so that because like my sister doesn't watch my videos, but I'll want to share that with her. She'll really like that, and my aunt, I know she'll see it. So thank you. That is awesome, and that is something I can always keep. So I love that.
Oh, we've been looking for this.
What? Oh yeah, this is from Kayla. You know,
Grape Nuts Trail Mix Crunch, because she had mentioned that have we ever seen it, and then
just like sprinkles, you make everything more fun. Hello, it's Kayla from Montana. I just wanted to say again how much I love watching your videos and reviews. Also wanted to send you post Grape Nuts Trail Mix Crunch to do a review video on. I hope you enjoy it. I hope all is well with you and with Kevin as well. Best, Kayla. I won't say your last name, I almost did. Your biggest fan ever. Thank you so much. You know,
I like that car, it's cute.
Kevin read where the box was from. It was Montana, right? Yeah, Montana. And he read where the box was from, and I thought, well, that couldn't be from her because the box is small. Because we've been reviewing cereals a lot lately, and they're all the family size.
Yeah, but
So-
this is twice as heavy as any of those boxes.
Oh, it is.
It's very Grape Nuts is
heavy.
very dense cereal.
I'm not used to typical size boxes of cereal anymore, though, because everything is family size.
Yeah, and it's all puffed cereal too.
Yeah,
whereas this is a
yes.
granola based cereal. Yeah, it's half a cup is the serving.
I don't recall ever even trying
Grape Nuts?
period. So this is, and we looked for this. Did you say that?
Yeah, we've looked all over. She was telling us about it, and we started looking. We couldn't find it anywhere, and so she said
She said she would send it, and I appreciate it very much, Kayla. Because yeah, we just don't have it around here. We have just the regular. So who is this from?
Yeah, this is from. Fabian?
Fabian.
I think that's right. I think I'm looking at the right place.
Yes, this is from Fabian, and Fabian. Let me just tell you this. Fabian had apparently ordered us some things in this box from the British Corner shop, which is awesome. I actually have looked on their website, but I've never ordered anything from them before. So I appreciate you doing it. It's a good thing though that they gave it to me, because it was actually addressed. It had our P.O. box on it. So P.O. Box 4773 in Winchester, Kentucky, all that. But it was addressed to Fabian. So they do not like to put anything in our P.O. box with somebody else's name.
Yeah,
it has,
because it could have been from a previous owner of the P.O. box. They don't.
Right. So Kevin had to stand in line to get it, and they were like, "Is this
really you?"
For you?" Because it actually says it's to you, to Fabian, and your last name. But it's, so I just want you to know, if you ever order from them again, you'll want to make sure, because I'm glad they gave it to us. So.
Now this is holiday dinner, I'm assuming.
Oh, Christmas dinner for sprout lovers. Turkey and stuffing, Brussels sprout, and pigs in blankets. Walker's potato chips. I cannot wait to try those. That will be awesome. It would be neat if we could get Andrew in on this, because I'm sure he would love this too, but I don't know if we'll be able to do that.
I'm not sure about the Brussels sprouts for it.
Oh, well, he would just live. I think that would be awesome.
Paper thing.
So this is...
I'm assuming it's from the company.
Yes.
The company was British Corner Shop.
Yes. And it is treat for a friend. 15 pounds off when you spend over 75 pounds. And they have a code.
We can give it out. I mean, I'm not going to use it.
Yeah, because what I try to do is I try to keep a mental note in my mind of everything I want to get in the United Kingdom. And then when we go there on vacation, I bring home a suitcase full.
Well, it costs us a lot to order and ship to.
I think that is what is kept me from ever ordering, is because it's the shipping price, but it also costs more. It's hard for me to pay double what I pay in the United Kingdom. Like for Mr. Kipling cakes, they're like £1.50 or something in the UK. Whereas I'm thinking they charge like £3 or something. So it's just hard for it's like, well, why should I? And I know they're getting it shipped in, but I'm thinking, well, I could go.
Yeah, but you have to pay shipping too. You pay more plus.
You pay more plus shipping, right? When I can just stow it away in my luggage.
Yeah.
I'm just telling you honestly, that's why I haven't ordered from there. If it was closer to their prices and then you just paid shipping, then I could do it. But I understand they have to make their money. I understand that. This is a new Haribo Super Mix. And I was gonna try to see what, smooth, creamy, and squishy. Super softness.
It doesn't say the flavors.
It has apple, grape, lemon, mango, orange, passion fruit.
Yeah, some of those are probably mixed together.
Probably, yes. Well, those will be fun.
Yeah, those will be fun to try.
We always like a bag of gummies. This is the Options White Chalk. This is a drink mix, and you add it. It's like a hot chocolate. You add it with water, and we have actually had this brand before. I'm thinking Claire sent us some of these from Ireland, if I'm remembering correctly. It's hard to remember everybody that's sent things. And this is a Rubicon Sparkling Passion, which will be very interesting. That's cool. Thank you. So all that was ordered from the British Corner shop. Thank you. I appreciate it. I'm going to be very honest with you. I'm most excited about those Walker's chips though, because I just like different, you know, trying the different chips and stuff, but it all looks good.
That's who it's from.
John. This is, hello Tammy and Kevin. I've been trying to get this out since Christmas, but keep getting delayed. Then I was afraid you wouldn't want a used book, even though it was thoroughly clean before sale. But your message allayed my fears, so finally here you go. This is the book I sent you the photos from a couple of months back. I saw it at a library book sale in England? Oh,
London.
Yes, London. Oh, I can't believe he got that. For $2, on sale for only $2, and I couldn't pass it up. I, however, also spent the last 2 months checking this out from our local library, and with my camera took pictures of 95% of the book, edited them, put them on a flash drive. I only have a little bit of room where I'm staying, so this would only land up in a box. Kevin, you took so many beautiful and scenic pictures, but many of these, like Westminster and Tower Bridge and the Shard, are at night and lit up. Plus, there are pictures inside Westminster that I know you couldn't take because photography at the Abbey isn't allowed. This is just a small thank you for everything you do, all the work on your channels, and for sharing so much of your lives with us. You all have brought many a smile on some very gray days. Thank you. May you have a safe and blessed 2019 and huge growth on all of your channels. Sincerely, John.
Yeah, that's okay.
Yes, he takes, he took pictures and sent them to me on Facebook, but I love the pictures at night.
Tammy's worst nightmare.
No, I did it one time.